What in the 2005 Hot Topic Happy Bunny try-hard edgelord garbage bullshit was this? Jail for this author immediately.
It's like Dexter, but hornier.
I want to pay a neurosurgeon to remove this from my brain.
I need to read the trigger warnings more carefully from now on.
I'm clearly a masochist.
The star is only for Barbara. Clearly, these people did not like the Ruinous Love Trilogy as much as we did. Clearly. I don't get it.
There's a lot of
loved it.
feelings in this.
There's a lot of feelings. There's many feelings.
It's complex.
Well, yes. Yes, it is. I think that there's a lot of moving parts in these books. There's a lot of moving parts. And I think the relationships are definitely different. We start out Butcher and Blackbird with serial killers killing serial killers. So
I mean, the whole thing is like it wasn't ever going to be your normal dark romance.
Yeah.
Stories.
Yeah. It's very light, but not. Like, it's light on the darkness between the characters. It just has darker themes.
Yeah, and I mean, I wouldn't even say that there was a lot of them either.
I don't think so either. It's pretty tame from some of the things that I've read.
Yeah. I mean,
it's not tame from what you've read.
No.
This was definitely a step up.
Yeah, and like, okay, so I loved them, and I tried to get my aunt to read them. She listened to the audiobook of Butcher and Blackbird.
So good.
And like that shit,
I literally could eat that up. The Irish accent? The accent?
I started listening to the audiobook at the beginning of chapter 17.
Oh, yeah.
Literally, like, the first chapter that they actually start to be together.
Yeah.
And I plugged in my headphones, and I started washing my dishes, and it started playing, and I immediately, like, dropped the dishes in the sink. I paused it, and I stood there, and I was like, hold on. And I texted my sister, and I was like, you suck. You should have warned me how hot this man's voice was, because I literally, just, like, I was washing, and then I was like, oh, hot. Whole time.
It is so good. And I can't remember who the narrator is, so I am going to look it up right now because I need to know.
Because
but the audio is really good. And I don't like audiobooks really. Like,
yeah.
I have a hard time getting into them. I have a hard time paying attention to them. I think if I'm going to do an audiobook, I need to do like immersive reading where I'm like physically reading and listening to the audio at the same time. Like, I think that's what I need to do if I'm going to do that. And I think I might try to do that with Den of Vipers because I got like 5 chapters into that and then I just stopped because I was like, I can't. So I might do that. But
I did that with Lights Out and Caught Up because I just like, I wanted to hold the book.
Yeah.
And so, like, if I wanted to take a break from whatever I was doing, I would then grab the book and find exactly where I was in the audiobook and I would read along with it. But then I also found myself to where, like, my eyes were moving faster than the audiobook, so that was a little bit hard.
Yeah.
But
you have to like speed up the audiobook, I think. But then I feel like
I already
does that take away from like the voice though? Like if it's sped up?
Okay. I don't think so because I'm going to be completely honest. I think audiobooks are read at a very slow pace. And so I think that's one of the reasons why I struggle listening to audiobooks, is because I'm like, oh my God, like talk faster. I'm a fast talker myself. But I speed it up to 1.2 and
Okay.
I feel like it
So just like barely.
barely, but it kind of speeds it up. So like in Butcher and Blackbird in chapter 17, when, you know, things are going on and he's like expressing how much he wants her and everything, with that audiobook sped up, it was like you could feel the I just want you and I need you, and it's just you make me crazy, because like it wasn't said at such a slow pace.
Yeah.
I think that adding just that slight like 1.2 adds to the emotion too. If that
Interesting.
kind of makes sense.
Interesting. Yeah, I think it does. Um, Joe Arden is the narrator, if you want to look up his other books. Oh, maybe. Good. It's so good. Um, but yes, I read these books. I did not reread them with you. But I read these like last year. I actually just finished Sith and Sparrow like towards the end of the year. But I did love them. I loved them a lot. I loved them a lot. And so I like um I I think they were just like fun to read. Like there's not like there's like some like emotional depth to the books, but I really think that it is just they're just fun. Like I had such a good time like reading them. I will say like Sith and Sparrow took me a long time to read. Like I got halfway through and like paused. But I ate up Butcher and Blackbird and I ate up Leather and Lark also. Like I was so excited. And
Oh,
then like I don't know what it was. I don't know if I was just like in a weird like space when I started Sith and Sparrow or if I just like did like it just didn't grab me. I'm not really sure because I even tried like sometimes I have to switch to my Kindle. Like if I get in like a bit of a reading slump, like I can read more on my Kindle. It's just like I don't know. It's easier or something. I'm not really sure. So
it's a
sometimes I'll
brain
switch.
trick.
Yeah, like sometimes I'll just switch from like physical books to my Kindle, and I was reading a lot of physical books like around that time, and then I started the Sith and Sparrow physical book, and I was like, oh, I just can't like hold this book right now, so I borrowed it from Libby, and I was like trying to read on my Kindle, and it just was like not like clicking, and I was trying to read it for like 3 or 4 days, and I was like, I need to just stop. Like,
Yeah.
I need to pause. So I took a pause for like 2 weeks and then I picked it back up and just started from the beginning again and just like read it all the way through.
I I devoured the first two books. So
Yeah.
I don't know necessarily, cuz like it just didn't click with me much either. And so like Butcher and Blackbird, loved. I was like reading and narrating it
Yeah.
back to my husband on the way to like doctor's appointments and stuff. Leather and Lark, my all-time favorite.
Oh yeah. I
Out of
knew.
the
I knew.
three, one.
I knew. I had a feeling that you were going to be like I need you to read more like Marriage of Convenience books because I just have a feeling that you were gonna love them so much. I love like that's one of my favorite tropes is a marriage like maybe not Marriage of Convenience like really, but like I love like a forced wedding, like a forced marriage, like especially in a mafia book. It's like an arranged marriage. Like I love it. I eat that. I eat it up every single time. But I knew Leather and Lark was gonna be your favorite. Like I was like, I feel like I thought you were going to like relate more, like not maybe not relate, but like I just thought you were gonna like Lark more than Sloane.
I loved Sloane too.
Yeah.
Um, again, like my gay shows a little bit, you know, because I was like picturing her and I was like, she's a fine ass woman. Like, she looking real good. And I loved her attitude.
Yeah.
But personally, I think it relate more to Lark. You know, fireworks and glitter bombs and
Yeah.
cute
That's
little
what I mean.
trinkets.
Yeah. Like if we were gonna be them, like you would 100% be Lark and I would be Sloane.
Yeah.
And
For sure.
I think I also felt like you were going to like Lachlan more also than more than Rowan. And I don't really know why because I was also obsessed with Lachlan, but I am obsessed with Rowan. I love him so much. He is the funniest person I have ever read in a book, I think ever. Like,
Yeah.
I think he's one of the funniest male main characters I have ever read. And like
I
funny in such a good way too that's not like super corny because sometimes like the funny FM like or the funny MMC is like a little bit corny. And so like
yeah.
I thought like she got like his humor and like that kind of thing like really like down pat without like losing that like kind of more dominant like personality type, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I now I have to like go back and think because I think you're right. I do prefer Lachlan. Um, I also just find like, uh, he was a beautifully described man. Like the glasses thing. God, yes, like it's just like, well, I can't see you, so.
So funny.
But Rowan, like my favorite, like sounds so stupid, but my favorite scene with Rowan isn't when he's being funny, which like. I have a funny husband. You would think that that was like what I would gravitate to. But my favorite scene with him is when they're in their first game and they're racing after the guy from like the bed and breakfast and he grabs her and like is a little aggressive with her and is like mine, and then he goes over there and like I can't even try and growl. It'll be so disappointing, but you can just insert growl here. And then when he's like getting ready to beat the shit out of him and he's like, that woman that you were watching, she's mine. That's like my all-time favorite fucking scene with the Rowan. And
See, and I think one of my favorite scenes, if not my favorite scene in all of Butcher and Blackbird, is when they are in that guy's house and he has like the like lobotomized butler and
yes.
like the dinner scene, like not even necessarily like the ice cream scene, but the dinner scene, like when they're eating dinner and like the cannibalism happens. Like
Sloane is like,
and she's like don't do that. She's like trying to like communicate with her eyes to him and I'm just like and he's just like la-di-da-di-da-di-da. Like I don't know, like something about that scene and Rowan and Sloane in that scene is just like, oh, I just eat it up. I eat it up every time. It's so good. And I loved that scene. And then she's like, can we keep him? Like I thought that was so funny.
yeah, like it was a stray cat.
Yeah. I thought that was
I
so funny and I died.
I kind of feel like in the relation to like the funny scene, and this just popped in my head. Um, but Josh with the balaclava scene,
Yeah.
and then that like they're both kind of goofy, and they're
Yeah.
like, he's like, "What are you talking about? Like this is delicious, you
Yeah.
know?" And he's like asking the ingredients and stuff,
Yeah.
and she's just like, "Oh my god."
It's
This is
so
what I
it's
think
so
of.
so good. I just loved them. I loved Butcher and Blackbird. Him naming the restaurant after her. I could like
Uh,
just swoon. I'm like, "Oh my gosh. Men like this don't exist. Like where did you come from?" I don't know, like there was just like something about it. And also I liked the like game aspect, and I loved the fact that Lachlan was setting up the games for them and was like wingmanning his brother like so hardcore. And I just thought it was so like, I don't know, like I just liked it a lot. Like I liked it a lot. And I liked that they weren't like together really fast. Also, like I felt like it was more of a slow burn. And like in I think that people probably wouldn't call this a slow burn, like people that read fantasy books, because they take like 17 books to fall in love. But in
yeah.
romance books, I feel like it's pretty like this is a slow burn. Like they don't get together until like after halfway through the book, like actually together and like, whatever. And so I don't know, I think it's just fun. And then I also just like um I really like the fact that it's all brothers. Like I love an interconnected standalone where they're like related, or like the interconnected standalones, or like the interconnected series that are like related to each other, and like you see them pop up in the other books and like they have a role to play like in each other's lives. Like I kind of like that. And so I
It
just
makes it feel
feel,
more interconnected.
yeah, well, and I feel like um it brings something like new, not new, but like it brings something to the story to like have them be related and have them actually be in each other's lives in the way that like siblings are. Because I feel like sometimes, even when it is siblings in books, like there's like a disconnect between the books where like the siblings are not really like involved, where like here I think there is that like disconnect, that they are like living their own lives, but they're still like very involved with each other, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. Like I liked that. And then I also liked that the first two were like best friends, like that grew up together, like, and then they ended up falling for these brothers. Like I think that's so cute. I just loved that so much. And like um I don't know, I kind of liked that they like didn't know everything about each other still too. Like I don't know. I liked it. I liked the like the camaraderie and like the like friendships and like everything, cuz they were all
Honest,
friends.
when I found out that they did not, like, Sloane and Lark did not have that open communication about what Lark was doing,
Yeah.
I was like, wait a second.
Yeah.
Sloane girl here has given you, like, she tells you what she does.
Yeah.
Why would you ever feel judged?
Well,
That part,
I think that it was more for like, and like that part that did kind of like throw me a little bit, but I think it's more explained that like Sloane doesn't actually know a lot of what happened with like Lark's family
yeah.
necessarily. Like it's just kind of a part of her life she doesn't talk about. And so I feel like she like they just don't talk about it. Like I feel like it just was something that she never talked about. But I personally think that Sloane knew a little bit of what was of like what she was doing. Like I don't think she was completely in the dark. I think she definitely had an idea based on like little tiny things that she said in Butcher and Blackbird about Lark. Like and like who
Yeah.
she is and like what she does and like that kind of thing. Like I think she had an inkling. I don't think she knew that she was encasing bodies in coffee table resin or making snow globes out of people's body parts. Like
I know.
I
Oh
don't think
my
she knew
god.
that necessarily, but I do
But,
think
like,
she had an
also,
inkling of it.
yeah, when she was like, huh, so whatever her Lark's ex-boyfriend's name was,
Oh yeah, I
there
can't
was
remember.
fireworks, and would you know anything about that?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, like she
Sloane was asking
knew.
Lark.
They just weren't discussing it. And I think that that's
Yeah.
really I think it's really interesting, but I think it's kind of really cool that Sloane never felt the need to push for the
Yeah.
information either. It wasn't like this, like, oh, you're keeping secrets from me, we're not as good of friends, like, because sometimes that happens where like someone's keeping a secret for a long time and then like it comes out in the books and they're like, were we even friends, and it becomes like this big like point of contention and it's just like not fun.
Yeah. I agree. And like they allowed each other their space to be themselves.
Yeah, to like to be
Like
their
they
own
still
person.
communicated often
Yeah.
about like everything, but it's still like it did take me by surprise that she didn't like fully know
Yeah.
what Lark was doing. And on the coffee table scene, when she blames the formaldehyde smell on her dog for farting,
So good. It's so good.
I was like, that's such a weird thing to put in, like a random dog fart.
Yeah.
Like it didn't click for me right away because I was like reading and then I had to go back and I read it again because I was like, why is there a random dog fart? And then I was like, oh, I know what happened. Okay.
So funny. It's so good though. It's so good. I think that um where was I going with this? I feel like they were I forgot where I was going with that. Cuz I was going to say something and now I can't remember. I lost my whole entire train of thought. I lost my whole train of thought. I don't know. I okay, let's talk about Rose. Let's talk about Rose.
Let's talk about
Let's switch gears a little bit because I Sith and Sparrow, like I said, took me a long time to read, and I do feel like it was the worst one. And that makes me so sad. Like, because I was so excited for Finn.
yeah.
I was so excited for him, and I was so excited for like the circus aspect. Like I thought that was going to be like a really cool like kind of world and tie-in, and then it didn't end up being like a
It wasn't a
like it
huge
wasn't a
part.
huge plot point, which I thought it was going to. I definitely thought it was going to be a bigger plot point. So that I was a little bit disappointed about, but I think like the thing that really like threw me is you have these two women from Butcher and Blackbird, like you have Sloane and you have Lark, and they are like accomplished literal serial killers who are
Mm-hmm.
covering their tracks, and like are they doing everything right? Probably not. I mean, like it was pretty chaotic during their yearly meetups, but like I feel like they're like accomplished. Like they're doing the thing, and Rose is just out here stressing everybody out. She's just stressing
Literally,
everybody out. Like, why
I
did you go to his house with nothing? You
no
had
plan.
nothing. No plan, no weapons, no nothing. Like, that
Just
was so insane. That was so insane. I'm like, girl, how are you not in jail? How have you not been caught? But literally the
how she
only
only
reason.
left with the injuries that she did.
Oh, I know. But how the only plausible reason that she is not in jail and has not been caught is because she was with the circus, traveling every week. Like, that's the only possible way that she was not caught, because that girl was reckless. She was the
But
definition of reckless.
you, I mean, this was her first attempt
But
because
even,
she had been using other methods.
yeah,
Like she was
she was
supplying
like
that. And it's
poisoning people. Like, she was giving the women poison and stuff to do it
like,
themselves.
girl, you were doing a good job.
Yeah, like, what are we doing?
And okay, so on that though, like the fact, and by no means, I'm just, I am just the circumstantial negotiator person here. Um, she did want to start taking it into her own hands because of what happened to one of her past clients, but at the same point, that's one out of how many. So why would you try and fix something that's not broken?
But
She
also,
didn't need to start doing it herself.
even if she did want to do that she was like, I'm gonna just do this myself, whatever, I think that you could have planned better. You could have had some backup. You could have had, I don't know, a weapon, chance, like a literally anything to protect you from this dude who's 3 times your size.
Yeah.
Like, what?
And also not right out open in the driveway.
Yeah, and you're also in the middle of nowhere. You rode your motorcycle to the middle of nowhere with nothing.
Yeah.
That is crazy, girl. That is crazy.
I'm not gonna lie, reading Sith and Sparrow, there were so many times where I had to like close the book and go, Rose,
what are you doing?
It's almost like you didn't let Jack on the board that could definitely fit the two of you.
Yes. Yes.
What is happening right now?
I'm like, I was dying this whole time. I was like, Rose is not only stressing Finn out, she is stressing me out. What are you doing, girl? Like, what are you
Go back on your
doing?
Apple Watch and see what your heart rate was the dates you were reading the story.
No. Should. If I was even wearing it. I just, like, I don't know. She was so frustrating, like, in that aspect. I think I liked her other than that. Her jokes were a little bit corny, I will say. Her jokes were like, her humor was a little bit like of a cornier humor than
It
the
was
other
circus humor.
girls, but I do think that the corniness is what Finn needed. Like, I
Yeah.
think that he needed that, like, corny kind of, like, blasé type of, like, humor because he was way too serious. He was so serious. And I understand. I fully understand why he was so serious, but he was so serious. Like,
He needed a little bit of life let back into his life.
yeah, he needed a little
He,
corniness.
yeah. And, okay. Yeah, Rose on every other occasion. But the fact that, like, what drew him to her was the help when she, like, when he first found her.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, being a doctor must be really hard because how many times would I hear help and go, okay, I'll do your surgery. Let's go.
Yeah. True. I just, that whole scene was like also just so kind of like funny, like him thinking it was the raccoon and then there's like just blood everywhere in there and he's all, what the hell?
Yeah. He's like, what's going on?
It was just like his whole like internal like dialogue during that time was so funny. Like, it was so funny. I was dying.
I kind of loved the fact that Finn was on the straight and narrow.
Same.
You know, like I was like, okay, you know, like he's got two big brothers who would do anything for him. And he is out here being a doctor and in a way, like trying to right the wrong that he feels like he did and like paying his penance, if you will. But at the same time, like he was well liked in the community.
Yeah.
You know, up until things got stressful because the other time was not any better, you know?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh man, like, he's on, like, I don't know. Part of me wanted the story to end slightly different where, you know, he was like, no, like, I have, like, you've already deduced the fact that, like, my brothers are serial killers or and married to serial killers. But I want to be on the straight and narrow. So, like, part of me was kind of hoping that she would just continue down a bad path and he'd be like, okay, look, we can't do this. You're not good at this.
Yeah.
I don't want to do this. And, like, maybe the book end with both of them just
with, like, normal life.
Happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like a normal life, because neither one of them, like, Finn wasn't a serial killer. That's not what he wanted to do. He was trying to keep that dark part of him hidden, which, like, you don't need to do that because, like, it's you.
Yeah.
But, like, I kind of wanted him to fight for his normalcy and just let his brothers be the one who do things. And, you know, like, in the funhouse scene, he calls, what's his name?
Oh my god. Oh my god. I literally can't. Oh my god. I can't remember his name.
Anyways,
I can't remember his name.
Lachlan's boss, which I will remember that here in just a minute. He called him because he doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah.
Rose doesn't know what she's doing. And now, because of this, he's sentenced to months with
crazy.
What's his name?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, and I just was like, man, that kind of sucks. Because, like, after Lachlan just got free from him.
Oh, I was so mad when that happened. I was so mad. I was like,
I thought he was calling Lachlan.
We finally got rid of this man, this crazy psychotic weirdo. And now he's back. And I'm just like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
What did Lark just put herself through?
Yeah. Like, literally.
I guess I was kind of hoping that, like, Finn would get to have his happy ending. Like, he'd get his cake and eat it too. And then, like, that whole thing happened and I was like, Rose, you're a dumb bitch. You know that? Like, if you would have just stopped being reckless, you could have had a good life.
Yeah. With a doctor. With a doctor. He's literally a doctor.
I would eat that man up.
He is literally a doctor. Not only is he a doctor, he's an Irish doctor. He has an accent. He's a doctor with an accent. He's like the pinnacle of man.
Yeah.
And you're acting crazy.
And can we just talk about her second attempt?
Yeah.
You literally bought the knife.
Mm-hmm.
And then not long after, this man disappeared. He just vanished. He just boop boop. Did you think the store owner wasn't going to say anything?
Yeah.
He saw your face.
This is what I mean by she is not a good serial killer. She is reckless. She is not good at this. How are you doing this for so many years and you're so bad at it?
Okay, I do kind of want to read Love and Other Killers, though.
I do too.
Because I kind of want to see where everybody ends up there.
Yeah.
Like, does she get better? Does she become someone we can like?
See, and the thing is I don't feel like I hated her, but I do feel like she stressed me out. And she stressed out my boy. She was
Yeah.
stressing out my boy bad. And so, like, I did, however, really like her relationship with the girls. Like,
Yes.
I did think she had a good relationship with the girls, and I feel like that could have been maybe explored a little bit more, and maybe like I know you can't just like go blabbing like what you do when you're a serial killer, but someone could have hinted at some things to her to maybe talk to the girls to get some advice if she
Yeah.
was going to
Or
continue to
maybe
do
she
what she was going to do. Or they could
already
have,
deduced the fact that they were serial killers. She could have
yeah,
just taken initiative and done it on her own.
yeah. And like, but, and the other thing is I really wish that, I do wish that during that, like, the like the circus scene, like in the fun house and shit, like I wish that in that scene that he would have called his brothers, and they would have like, it would have been this like brotherly, like I understand why he didn't, like I truly understand why he didn't, because he was like, they're living their lives and they're like, you know, out of the game for the most part and like whatever, like I get why he didn't, but at the same time I'm like, you 100% could have called your brothers
Yeah.
first and tried to like figure it out amongst yourselves before calling him and like getting, you know, sentenced to that. But I also think that him getting sentenced to that like months long, you know, whatever, was where their relationship blossomed. Like his relationship
Yeah.
with Rose, like that's where it like became something real, I think. Like something more real, obviously, than like protecting her from the cops and crazy men. Um,
Yeah.
but I think that that's like, I loved reading their letters to each other. Like I loved that part of the book. Like I thought that was like really cute, and I was like, oh, I like that. Like that's
Yeah.
that I like that a lot. Like I liked the letters, and like maybe that's just like the like kind of old school like romantic in me, like the hopeless romantic in me, but like I did really like love reading their love letters, and I liked that they had like an opportunity to explore like their feelings. Like I think that Finn needed to explore his feelings in that way first.
Yeah.
Like I do think that he
He
needed
had
that.
everything locked down for
Yeah.
so long.
Yeah, like I think he needed to experience his feelings that way first before like, in order for him to actually like admit that he had any kind of like actual like love for her and like whatever. But I did love that part, but I do think that it could have been like a really cool like brotherly bonding
But
moment, because he was
really
so
kind of
kind of,
tie in all three
you know,
books.
well, yeah, and he was like kind of separated. Like, you know, Rowan and Lachlan were like together all the time. Like they lived in the same place, they were together all the time. Lachlan set up Sloane and Rowan's like games. Like they were very heavily involved with each
And
other.
then Sloane and Lark are best friends.
Yeah, so
So
like the four of them were kind of like, and I think that also is kind of what separates Sith and Sparrow from the other two. Like where the other two I feel like feel really like this, like they feel very connected in the storylines and like the way that they're like written and the way the stories are told and the way the characters act, like you get a lot of it. And so Sith and
yeah,
Sparrow is really separate because Finn is really separate. Like, you know, he's living in the middle of nowhere. He's not really
he's
involved
literally
in the
across
family
the
business.
country.
Yeah. Like he is like more separated, so I do get that, but I think that that scene could have been a way to like
Bring it
bring them
all.
together. Yeah, bring them all together and kind of like do it in that way.
Yeah. And like I kind of expected more of like the friendship between the girls when Rose was starting to live in Boston for a little bit.
Yeah.
But I don't feel
Right.
like they connected much during that time either.
Yeah, it was really light. Like it was really light, and I believe like they overlap. Like so like that part of like Sith and Sparrow where Rose is living in Boston overlaps with the ending of Leather and Lark, right? Like where
Yes.
Lark gets kidnapped. Okay. I wanted to make sure I had that like right in my head. So like that could have been another like thing, you know what I mean? Like where it
Mm-hmm.
could have, I don't know. So I think it just was like a little bit, it was like a little bit, I did like the callbacks in each of the books to like the scenes, like you get like Finn's point of view of Sloane and Rowan in his house, and like
Loved.
that scene, loved that scene so much. I loved their point of view. I loved seeing Finn's point of view. I loved seeing Rose's point of view. Like I loved that whole thing. Loved seeing that. I did like seeing like more of the behind the scenes of um like Sloane's like situation. Like I like seeing the more like behind the scenes of that and Leather and Lark. And then I did like seeing more of the behind the scenes of Lark getting kidnapped. Like
Yeah.
that whole thing, I really did like seeing like more of that, and I thought she did a really good job at like playing those at each other.
And that was the other thing that connected them is Lachlan was setting up the games. Rowan and Sloane killed this guy's brother. And then, you know, like when
So
I
they
read that
truly,
like
truly
bonus
are
chapter
interconnected.
epilogue, I was
Yeah.
like, who's being introduced?
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like,
I
what?
felt the same way. I felt the same way, and I thought like I think that like Brynne did like an amazing job at keeping the story like going and doing it like even though like the characters were different. Like
Yeah.
keeping that like storyline kind of like evolving throughout all three books, I think was a really really like cool thing that she did. And like I do think that that is what makes the books like not only that it's the brothers, but I think that is what makes them more of like a trilogy. I think that it makes them more of a trilogy than like an interconnected standalone, even though you really could read any of the books
Why
without
not?
reading the other ones.
Yeah. Now,
But I did love it.
speaking on the Phantom, Ethel. Oh my God, Ethel. Ethel.
Loved Ethel.
God, I literally the scene in which he is in her hospice room, I fucking was sitting here giggling like a little schoolgirl. And not because it was a sexy scene, but because there is this old ass woman laying in a bed talking about getting her ass eaten 6 ways to Sunday and lying in the bed like a dead fish. And I was just like, I have a thing for like and having a thing is like a weird comment to say,
Yeah.
but I have a thing for the old women that are introduced into these books because I aspire to be every single one of them. In Caught Up, the Nana is like, I want to be you when I grow up, you know,
Yeah.
because Lauren is who Lauren is.
Yeah.
And then in this one, Ethel's all like, I want to be a whore. Let's go, you know?
She's all, your husband's hot. I love that part. And she's all, will you marry him?
And I love the fact that she played such a crucial part in bringing Lachlan and Lark together.
Yeah.
Like, she was like, well, you know, if it was your husband, and she's like, are you trying to set us up right now?
Yep.
And she's like, I'm just saying if you want to save family business. I'm just saying. And the fact that the Phantom was not like Ethel didn't know that this man was because of Lachlan. She's over here like, oh, you know, him and his muffin shop and screw him and everything. And he's just like, dude, lady, listen. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know this guy. I don't know about the muffin mafia over here. I just want you to repent your sins because my mama was a crazy old lady and said that killing is God's work. And now I want you to repent your sins. And she's like, well, I regret not having my ass eaten 6 ways to Sunday.
Yeah.
She went out with such a bang.
Yeah,
like,
she did.
Like, Lark does the glitter bombs. And that was Ethel's glitter bomb.
Yeah, it was.
She was like, let's go.
Yeah, that really was amazing. I think that Brynne does a good job at a side character.
I think
she does a good job at a side character. And even though
she makes me love all of them.
Yeah. And even though in Sid and Sparrow the side character is a raccoon, I still loved her.
I
loved Barbara. That was the best part. No, okay, not the best part, but it was so good. It was so funny. I just liked it. I liked it so much. I was like, that is hilarious. That is absolutely hilarious. And like,
when he was first talking about Barbara, I actually thought it was a homeless lady who was breaking into his clinic. And then I understood that it was a raccoon. Because he mentioned the raccoon and then he said Barbara. And I was like, okay, so you got a raccoon and a homeless person problem. Okay.
Okay.
And then Barbara was the raccoon and I was like, you idiot.
I loved that he named the raccoon. That was amazing. And I loved it so much.
I love that Rose kept the raccoon. And didn't even tell him. He was like, you kept Barbara?
That was
just like,
so good. That was so good. It just, oh my God, it was amazing. It was literally amazing. It's such a good series. I rated the first 2 5 stars. I think I gave Sith and Sparrow 4 just because it wasn't my favorite. And it did and I felt like it was a 4 because it took me so long to read. Like I feel like if it was a 5, like I would have just like devoured it. And also I don't know that I would reread it. Like I would reread Butcher and Blackbird 100%. Like, and I think that's my ranking. I think my ranking literally is 1, 2, 3. Like, I think it's exactly that. Even though I do think that Butcher and Blackbird and Leather and Lark are like it's like this is they're like together up here at the top, and then
it's like that
like
meme
kind of
that's
down.
like I'm this close.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I think that Butcher and Blackbird just comes out on top because I love Sloane and Rowan's like relationship more and like the build up more. And I think I liked the story a little bit more also, just like with like the secrecy and the betrayals and like all of the killing of serial killers and then like trying to figure out who it is and it's like the most obvious person. Like I think it was just I liked that so much, and I liked their little pancake dates and like I don't know, it was really cute. And then
I love that he would cook with her,
and him reserving that table in the corner for her, always keeping it there empty in the restaurant he names after her. That was
kill me dead.
That did it for me.
I see, and I want to say that it would rank 1, 2, 3 as well, but I've got to go with Budget Batman and Blender Barbie as my number 1. It just
Batman is so funny.
I had to. Rowan and Sloane are definitely next, though. They are. I love how giddy he was to meet her. He was like, oh, this is the Orb Weaver, you know? And the fact about how he proposed. I so badly wanted to tell my husband about that, but I knew he would be so grossed out. But I was like, it's so cute.
He would have been really grossed out.
I'm not saying I want a ring and an eye socket, but like, I find myself, he'll also be like, yeah, but she plucks your eyes. And I'm like, she gouges. I'm like, no,
No,
she
she
plucks it
plucks
delicately,
like
like
a
a lady.
lady.
I'm like, don't talk shit. I was like, you don't understand. It is art. It is really cool, you know?
Yeah. Tommy wanted to say hello.
Dobby.
Dobby,
Dobby,
look at the camera.
Dobby.
Say hi. He's like
Where's his eye
shivering.
for?
Okay. I know. You're so excited. Oh my
And
god.
then yeah,
But
Sith and Sparrow I loved their relationship. I was a little taken like by surprise about what her kink was. But
you know what?
I
Okay.
couldn't get behind her being a serial killer.
Yeah, I couldn't get that either. I do want to make one more point that I forgot about. The knitting circle. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. That was one of the best things I have ever read about ever. And I need to know if that
Again,
would
the
be
good side
possible.
character.
Yes. I need to know if that would be possible. If there is a yarn with enough, what is it, tensile strength or something to hold a body. Like, I'm good. I need to know that. I need someone to do some
Are
research.
you
I'm
gonna take
sure
up
someone
crocheting?
did. I don't know how to knit, but I'm sure that someone did try to find some yarn that would do that, because that was so good. Those old ladies were amazing, and I loved them so much.
Oh my god, I forgot that that's the epilogue too.
Yeah. The knitting circle. So good. That, you know what? That might have
Yeah,
been the best part of the whole book. Like, I hate to say it, that might have been the best part of the whole book.
I agree.
Is just
Again,
his
the
knitting
side
hobby.
character just coming in and
Yeah,
bringing that story all together.
it's so good. It is so good. They were amazing, and I loved them. And
Mark.
I need to find a paperback of Butcher and Blackbird, because I have the collector's edition, and I have the collector's edition of Leather and Lark, but I also have the paperback version of Leather and Lark, and I will be buying the collector's edition of Sith and Sparrow when it comes out. And so I need them to be even, because they are sitting right here and I can see them, and they are uneven right now, because right now I just have 2 copies of Leather and Lark, and I need to find a paperback copy of Butcher and Blackbird, like, expeditiously.
I think that that's going to be super easy. It's all I've got is the Leather and Lark, and I need to get the special edition of the other 2
Yeah.
to make my set whole.
They're
Because
delicious. They are delicious books, and the insides are so good. They're so good.
I love the insides. I love like the shiny edge.
Yeah, I love the shiny edge, but I love that all the trigger warnings are on the inside. Like, you could take the dust jacket
Oh, of
off.
the dust.
Yeah,
Yes.
on the dust jacket, all the trigger warnings are there, and so I do love that very much.
That's why I need the special editions.
I know you need to pre-order the special edition, like the collector's edition of Butcher and Blackbird, so you can get it when it comes out, when they restock, because it's so good. But yes, it was amazing. It was amazing, and I just ate that whole series up. And I am really excited. And I'm excited for next week's book also, because next we're going to talk about Camera Shy, and that book was one of my favorite reads of all of last year, and I did reread it with you, and it was even better the second time around. I think it was the first book I've ever actually reread, and it was so good. I ate it up just as much as I ate it up the first time, and Kay Cove knows how to write a book, and I love her. And I love that book, and I'm very excited to talk about that book in the next
I
episode.
have so many thoughts that I have to get out.
It's so good. It is so good. So, join us on the next episode of Spines and Secrets, and we are going to talk about Camera Shy by Kay Cove, and you can follow us pretty much everywhere. Same handles, and see our reviews for March, because we read these all in March. We are behind on recording, but we're just a little bit behind. But yes, follow us there, and we will see you in the next episode.
Bye.
Bye.